Uganda has passed a draconian law, one of the harshest anti-LGBTQ laws in the world. If you're gay in the African nation, you could face 20 years in prison, or even worse, death penalty. There has been a huge outcry since the law was signed. The West calls it a violation of human rights, threatening to cut off billions of dollars of aid to Uganda. But inside the country, the legislation has huge support. Our next report takes a look at this new draconian law and the state of LGBTQ rights in Africa, a continent where homosexuality is banned in nearly 30 nations.
The bill passed and the title settled.
Ugandan lawmakers are celebrating the passage of a new bill, the Anti-Homosexuality Bill 2023. One that has received huge support in the African nation. Many are calling it one of the harshest anti-LGBTQ laws in the world. A draconian measure that targets the country's queer community. Same-sex relations were already illegal in Uganda. But this new law goes much further. It includes capital punishment for serial offenders, as well as for those transmitting a terminal illness through gay sex. Not just that, there's even a 20-year sentence for promotion of homosexuality. President Museveni has himself called homosexuality a deviation from normal, urging lawmakers to resist any imperialist pressure. He did ask lawmakers to tone down parts of the law, but ultimately ended up approving the draconian measure. For LGBTQ activists in Uganda, this is a final nail in the coffin. They don't know where to go or what to do.
I think that's the last nail in the coffin, because you see, we've been targeted well long before, even when those bills have not been initiated. But now, it's like a household talk, and once since it has been signed, then that means people are going to be jailed, other people are going to be murdered.
The West has strongly criticized this new law, calling it a violation of human rights. US President Biden has warned Uganda of severe implications, while the European Union has called it deplorable. Uganda could risk losing billions of dollars in aid too. But in the country, the bill has strong support. It could even have ripples across the African continent.
We see that the more states are sponsoring these bills, these hateful legislations, the more the LGBT communities is impacted, and also that affects as well, how other politicians and other countries are following suit. So yeah, this bill, as is signed now into law by President Museveni, is having real consequences on the LGBTQ individuals in Uganda, but also across the region.
Homosexuality is banned in at least 30 nations in Africa. The maximum penalty in some nations is death, including the likes of Mauritania, Somalia, and Nigeria. In others, jail terms and life imprisonment is the maximum penalty. South Africa is the only African country where gay marriage is legal. However, it still has high rates of homophobic crime. Many believe Uganda's law is just the start. It will push African nations to pursue harsher anti-LGBTQ laws.